Hey, this is Selina, and this is my pre-vlog for Mega C2 Unit 1 Lesson 3 on the future now. So for this week, students have to come up with some possibilities for the future and then choose one, make a prediction about the future, and give a presentation on it. For the Ideate, I think it's going to be important for the teacher to come up with some student-relevant examples so that the students will be more interested and have more fun while doing the project. Research the things that your students might be interested in, such as idols, including EXO and Infinite, or games, movies, comic book characters, anything that might help generate interest and enjoyment for the students. For instance, Iron Man, Captain America, and the rest of Avengers are very popular among many students, so maybe you can give a prompt to them like, do you think it's possible for Iron Man to be made in the future? Or something like that. Having something relevant to them will definitely let them enjoy the project more and also come up with more details and ideas. Moving on to the Materialize, as it was the case with last week's project, it's going to be very important for the teacher to take time and explain everything really clearly. Really narrow things down, give more guiding questions, and also continuously refer back to the example video that's provided in the lesson. Also, before moving on to the actual script, give the groups time to brainstorm their ideas together. This will help the students see what they have to do and what their finalized product will look like as a group. For the actual script, I'm going to have my students use S-Note. I might also divide up the work for the script differently than as provided on the lesson, depending on how my students are like on that day. For instance, I might give the first member the job of writing the prediction and explaining it and also the image, and then the second member can write about how things were like in the past relevant to their prediction, and then third person writes about the present, how things are right now, and then the fourth and last member writes about how things are going to be in the future. However, like I said, depending on how my students are that day, I might choose not to do this and just go with what's written on the actual lesson. Whatever the case, it's going to be crucial for the teacher to go around and help each group member individually throughout the class. Many students will definitely have trouble with coming up with a script still since it's only week 3. So go around and help everyone, give your input, provide some more guiding questions if needed, and help edit some mistakes, and make sure to save lots of time for the script portion so that you have enough time for quality work to be done. Also, I think it might be helpful for the students if the teacher pointed out the given list of expressions and sentences so that they might use it to their advantage in their scripts. So while going around and helping the groups, point out which of the sentences and expressions might work for them and which ones they might use in specific parts of their project. Moving on to the prepare, I will continue to give my students the introduction and conclusion myself this week. When giving the introduction and conclusion, I think it'll be helpful for the students if the teachers provided the structure of the presentation on the TV screen or on the board. So for example, number 1, names, 2, introduction, 3, prediction and image, and then 4, 5, 6, followed by 7, the conclusion, and thank you. So having this kind of structure set out in front of them will help the students practice more effectively and to understand when to say what and avoid any kind of confusion. Once the script's done, I will let my students work on the PowerPoint, but it'll be really important to emphasize that nobody will even touch PowerPoint, Polaris Office, or Google Images until they are done their script. This is to show the students that script is the priority since it's the most important part of the presentation. If some of the groups don't have time to come up with PowerPoint, then let the group member who finished their script first to go on Google Images and save some images on their tab to show on the screen later. And then of course, it's going to be very important for the students to practice. So all in all, it's going to be very important for the teacher to help out each student throughout the entire project time. Also, remember to manage your time wisely so that you have the most time saved for script and practice. On a final note, I think it's going to be important for the teachers to remind ourselves that we should take things step by step and be patient and overall just really have fun with the students. So that's it for my pre-vlog this week, and I'll be back with the post-vlog on this lesson next week. So see you next time.